Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Faye Watt, and let's queer up the world view. WorldPride 2025 in DC faces boycott amid safety concerns, but the celebration will go on. WorldPride 2025 in Washington, D.C. was meant to be a historic celebration of LGBTQ plus resilience. But with the event just weeks away has become a battleground over safety and visibility under Donald Trump's administration. On Saturday, the African Human Rights Coalition, AHRC, urged a boycott, citing risks for foreign queer attendees, especially trans people and people of color. AHRC Executive Director Melanie warned, quote, "The United States is no longer a free democratic country that WorldPride signed up for," end quote. She pointed to anti-LGBTQ policies, restricted asylum protections, and increased hostility toward trans individuals. However, the WorldPride organizers reject the boycott, calling participation an act of defiance. According to Capital Pride Alliance Executive Director Ryan Boss, a boycott of WorldPride sends the wrong message, saying, quote, "We need to show up together, show resilience and resistance to ensure we remain visible and heard," end quote. The event, running May 17th to June 8th, coincides with DC's 50th Pride anniversary. Organizers insist canceling or relocating is not an option. However, AHRC warns trans travelers could face heightened scrutiny, denial of entry, or detention. A new State Department directive requiring visas to list sex at birth has intensified concerns. The political climate has already had consequences. Major sponsors have withdrawn and cultural institutions have distanced themselves. Despite this, WorldPride plans a large-scale protest march on June 8th. The event will also feature the largest LGBTQ music festival ever, featuring Jennifer Lopez, Troye Sivan, Kim Petras, and more. R&B star Khaled, who was outed last year, will headline a free street concert, making his Pride debut. RuPaul will be a featured DJ. WorldPride 2025 is no longer just a celebration, it's a statement. I gotta take a breath about that, right? Because I know that this conversation would be so entirely different, right? If Kamala had won, if Kamala was in office right now, right? And from my seat, I want to tell people that this is a time to come together, that you should show up, right? When we talk about events, I always say, yes, you got to show your numbers, strengthen numbers. You got to show that we're not afraid to be who we are, that we are out and proud, right? There's a but coming, and it's not a pretty but that you both want to see. But I am not going anywhere near DC for WorldPride. And I'm sorry to say that. The security measures worry me. The fact that my queer friends from other countries can come here and get detained and then taken to Guantanamo is not even like a thought that I want to process. You know, so I've been trying my best to be as positive when we do the WorldPride stories, because I want people to show up. And it's true. It is a matter of resilience and resistance and protest to show up. But I'm scared, boys.
Okay.
I am scared. I'm telling you. And I know I'm not the only one out there, you know?
You aren't. But here's the deal. You have to go. Okay, first of all, if you're going, it's because it's been planned. I mean, these things are planned years in advance. It takes 2 years. We have these every 2 years. So you know the minute that WorldPride 2018 is done, they're already working on 20 and 22. But the point is that because so much time and effort, so much has been invested in this for so long, from such a great organization. Most people have made these plans and have bought these tickets a year in advance.
Yeah.
So when you do go, pay attention. Be smart. Don't be by yourself. Don't make yourself a target. Be wise about who you're around and where you are. Pay attention to where the exits are. Pay attention to where the security is and the police. There are allies there to help us. I'm not saying don't go, but I'm saying be smart.
See something, say something.
Exactly. And don't not go if you've already paid for it, because this is such an important event. We've made so many strides, and in 8 weeks, so much is, or 20 weeks, so much has changed. But at the same point, we can't let those 20 weeks stop us.
No, I agree with you, and I agree with Ryan. It's not the time to hide. It's not the time to give them the pleasure of seeing us weak. And I've been to WorldPride before, several times. I've been to the one in New York. It was in 2019. In Toronto, I went to the one in Madrid. I went to WorldPride too. It's a great celebration. It's a shame that we have to go through this right now with this administration, but we can't just give up. We have to show up. And it's just, again, we have we also have the World AIDS Conference. I've been through the World AIDS Conference. In that case, and in the past, in past administrations, the fact that they will not let people with HIV get visas to come to the U.S., there was a time where you couldn't get a visa. A lot of the people that were coming to the World AIDS Conference could not get in. And
wow.
Yeah, it's sad and shocking that we're going back to that.
Yeah.
But in that case, I could see more the reason for moving the conference somewhere else, but not for WorldPride.
But it's financially not possible. You've got too many permits in place, too many businesses.
100. And and these people know what they're doing. This is not their first WorldPride, folks, right? They are really on top of what's going on in the world, right? Or they're constantly releasing new data and letting people know that they've upped security this, they've added that. It's not their first go around.
Well, let's not forget, we have Gay Pride Miami Beach next week
We do.
So this could happen anywhere. We have to be vigilant. We have to be responsible. We have to, if
100%.
you see something, say something.
But I'm still afraid of my friends from other countries coming here. Okay, maybe get them. You know what? Everybody in the U.S. go support. I'm not going. I will be nowhere near D.C. because I will not. I don't have that kind of confidence. I'm sorry.
But that's why I'm saying be smart. I mean, don't wear a target on your ass. Don't get into a fight that's
Stay in the vicinity. Stay with your people. If you're going to the WorldPride events, go to those events. You don't have to go.
Connect, network, celebrate, have fun.
Yeah.
Go home and take that energy home with you, but just don't give up. It's too quick.
Look, I was away in Scranton, and I would see on my feed the different things that were going on, and that I saw that story about the makeup artist that got deported for having a tattoo that was a gang affiliation, which was not. He was just a gay makeup artist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that scares the living patoots out of me, buddy.
Well, they're showing him on a video when he's getting his head shaved, and humiliated.
But
and he's telling them he's gay, and but yeah, we had to fight.
We have to stand tall. We have to be true to ourselves, and we have to be wise. We have to come together and be wise for a change, and not be emotional.
And not be
hard
emotional.
as it is.
It's hard for us gays to not be emotional. All right. So in this way, you know what? Boycott those people that don't support LGBTQ.
Right.
Do not boycott an event of this magnitude that is so needed, especially this.
And we have so many allies here: Jennifer Lopez and all these different artists that are coming and trying to give us support and trying to help us raise
big
money.
names too. Big names.
Cynthia Erivo is going to perform in the show at the stadium.
Alphaba's going to perform.
Alphaba is going to be there. Okay, Troye Sivan, the sweetest twink of them all.
But like I said, this might be the first point that we actually start coming together and saying enough.
Right. That's right.
It's important.
So that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ